Anime Podcast. I am one of your hosts today, Michael, followed by other host, Kieran.
Yo.
And other host, Anthony.
Hey.
And we're back to the sex appeal.
Boy, howdy are we.
So,
Boy, howdy are we.
So, sex appeal's back. We're 3 strong again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Much like that Michael Bay movie, 12 Strong. Except we're not in Benghazi.
Is that a Michael Bay movie?
Yeah, I
Is that
think
movie directed by Michael Bay?
I think so.
The only Michael Bay movie I've seen is Transformers.
The one with Chris Hemsworth?
You're fucking missing out on The Rock, dog. You gotta,
with Chris Hemsworth?
yeah.
That movie's
Or
directed by-
John Krasinski. I don't know. There's two like similar ones. Aren't they both about Benghazi?
No, I never saw them.
I haven't either.
Actually, no. I think I saw 12 Strong on an airplane because it was the only thing that was there.
Yeah.
That's an airplane film.
It's an airplane.
I thought that
right
was
there.
like an FX like late night movie.
Yeah, no. 12 Strong is not directed by Michael.
Which
Bay.
one's the one directed by Michael Bay? Oh, 13 Hours
13.
is Michael Bay.
Very
you know, I
different
get it.
movies.
It's
get it.
one up.
It's a one
It's
up.
one up.
He was off by one digit.
I was up by one digit.
That's
That's the one with John Krasinski
yeah.
where he's like, "Get the fuck on the floor!" You know, and he's
yeah.
like, "Yeah."
You know, I think I've seen that movie.
I have not seen that one.
So you're the only one that's not like a military vet or a cop that's seen that movie?
I mean, I'll watch. Fucking
I've
war
totally
films
seen
sometimes.
13 Hours.
Have you guys ever seen Act of Valor?
No.
I remember that was like the big thing in like freshman year of high school when that movie was announced because everybody was playing COD back then. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, dude, it's just like Modern Warfare. We all got to go see Act of Valor." And nobody saw Act of Valor, including us.
But Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
Fucking great time.
Incredible game.
Great
I'm
time
so
to be
excited.
playing video games.
I'm so
Do
excited
you
for
wanna
Modern
hear-
Warfare
do you
2
wanna
to
hear
come out.
my 2018, my May 23rd, 2018 review of 12 Strong.
I would love to hear your May 2018 review of 12 Strong.
I'm willing to bet it ends with insert name, always good.
So 3 out of 5 stars.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
It's a war movie.
Sure.
So basically,
Wish
the
it stopped
relationships
there.
are pretty well written. They're fine. They're all right speeches, and there are a lot of tough, badass people, air quotes. And that one slow-mo scene to show shit's going down. Chris Hemsworth, Michael Shannon, and Michael Pena are pretty solid. All in all, new but still entertaining and solid film. Nothing new, but still entertaining and solid film.
Yeah, sounds like a glowing review of 12 Strong.
And it didn't end.
Isn't there a
with,
scene where
actor always a good?
isn't there a scene where Chris Hemsworth like
Technically,
rides a
the name
horse?
there.
Wow.
Isn't there a scene where Chris Hemsworth rides a horse and like just mows down people like Rambo in Rambo 2018? Yep, there you go. Yeah.
It's
Yep,
the
there it
poster
is.
even.
Literally the poster. He is riding a horse.
I have not seen that movie.
Which one? The
They're
12
all
Strong?
riding
No, I
horses
haven't
at one
either.
point.
They are all riding horses. Wow. Would you look at
Are
that?
there 12 of them?
Do they teach you to
Yes.
ride horses in the army?
No.
Is that
I
a
don't think so,
learned
no.
skill? Okay.
Well, it maybe it
they-
depends.
Because I know they teach you how to kill insurgents, but
There
I know they. But I know
And civilians,
that. But I know that horse riding is not a required course when you're in boot camp.
There might be like a single like division
Uh-huh.
within the army.
Like the cavalry.
U.S. Army
Yeah.
Special Forces sometimes do have to ride horses in the field and
Yeah.
thus are trained.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
But
Well, I
like how
imagine,
it-
like, being
I
in
like how it
Afghanistan.
adds-
Like, special
but don't
forces would
join
do it.
special forces specifically for that opportunity.
Yeah,
is
like,
how it specifies.
my uncle joined the like scouts specifically so he could get the saber and spurs.
What is that? Oh, like the
sword
the
and
sword
the
and the
spurs.
spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
Why
just-
you get a horse if you're in that?
Nah, I don't know.
Oh,
I just know
because like what the fuck else are
I
you gonna
just
use
know that
spurs
there
for
are
if you're not
different,
riding a
like,
horse?
things for each one of them. I don't know why.
Riding cowboys.
Right? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
He is from Texas.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Have a horse,
Hell
ride a
yeah, brother.
cowboy, baby. Don't want to get exhausted on
Spent
it.
some time in Texas. It rubbed
Yeah.
off.
One thing is gonna get way more exhausted than the other, but I mean you'll know.
One also has way more horsepower.
Yeah, nothing like a Ford Mustang. Really grip your cowboy's ball.
Sam Elliott just eating his mustache.
Ain't nothing.
God. What a national treasure.
Sam
Sam
Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam
Absolutely.
Elliott's cool. He's on Family Guy now.
More people will be upset.
Like consistently.
He's the
Yeah,
mayor.
He's the mayor in Family
He
Guy
took
now
over
after
for
Adam
Adam
West
West.
died. Yeah, and like his whole
right
shtick.
after.
Yeah, like his whole
He's been
shtick
on
is
that
like.
show since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His whole
Yeah.
shtick is that he's a manly man.
Yeah.
And that his mustache comes off and is like another character.
Are you serious?
I'm
Oh,
dead
completely.
serious.
Like he shows
I would
up,
know.
like,
I've seen every episode of
frequently.
Family
Yeah,
Guy.
he shows up frequently.
Yeah,
About
no,
as
he's
much
like
as
Sam
Adam
Elliott
He's
like
West.
a side
So
character.
Sam Elliott went, I just need a paycheck.
Yeah.
Literally.
Why not?
Literally. All he wants to do is just ride horses.
Thought I heard
Whether
there
whether
was a
in
cat
anime,
here.
whether animated or whether in anime or in real life.
Yo, I want Sam Elliott to be my cool Ghost Rider GPS, where he just turns it on once, leads you to where you're going, and goes, all right, I'm done, and then never shows up again.
Yo,
because he's-
unironically-
Sam Elliott was definitely the best part of that Ghost Rider movie.
I like how
Oh,
he
yeah.
They
literally
both
is
ride to
Yeah.
the
all
Yeah,
Sam-
shit rules.
He literally is just a glorified GPS. He
Yeah.
doesn't. He
I'm
doesn't
gonna
add to
I'm
the
gonna
fight
say this
or
right
Oh,
now.
he's
anything.
cool as shit.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think a sick as fuck Ghost Rider idea would be like Sam Elliott plays an older Johnny Blaze, and Robbie Reyes is the Ghost Rider, and they
I don't
do
know.
cool
I
shit
want
together.
a really good Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider movie.
So do I, and I want it to be Keanu Reeves. Really
After
badly.
that,
I want it to be Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus was my
Norman Reedus is a good
go-to.
choice.
There
too.
was another person that said that they
He's been
were-
campaigning for it forever too.
There
Ryan
was another
Gosling.
person that yeah,
Ryan Gosling.
He recently
Oh
was
my
like,
God,
I
Ryan
want to be,
Gosling.
I want to be Ghost Rider. And
Oh,
I
that
was
would be
like,
so
yeah,
fucking
sure.
hot. If he just plays like the on the autistic spectrum character he plays in Drive, but with Johnny Blaze, like it's a hit. It's a surefire hit.
I don't know.
I think-
I like Norman Reedus for the fact that
Sorry.
that man will literally do all of the motorcycle stunts.
He sure
too.
will.
He'll
He
be
sure
like,
will.
Fuck
I,
yeah, dude.
I would
Didn't he build his own motorcycle specifically
for
part
aesthetic
of it?
reasons.
I'm sure he did.
For aesthetic reasons, Norman Reedus I think would be better,
Yeah, because
But-
Johnny Blaze is supposed to be
but
a
I
bit
think-
more strung out.
but Gosling I think would be a better actor.
Oh yeah.
Yo, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So it's like it's kind of a
But I think
pick and
that
choose on that.
being a better actor or being not as good of an actor almost works in favor of Johnny Blaze because he's not charismatic.
eh.
He's like he is just a
I
strung
mean,
out
sure,
stunt man.
but you have to be a good actor to play an uncharismatic person.
here's the
without
thing.
it being
Here's the
uncomfortably
thing.
bad.
Ryan Gosling has already played a stuntman and has already played a guy who drives. So he's got it. He's
guy
played
who
two stuntmen.
drives?
He's played
you mean
two
an
stuntmen.
average U.S. citizen?
No.
I
no.
play a guy
no,
who
no, no,
drives
no,
every
no, no,
day.
no. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. You know, people like drive. Ryan Gosling drives.
No, yeah, of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? Like he drives.
He drives like he's
you
getting
know?
roadhead 24/7.
No. So he's actually played two stuntmen.
I do forget who the third Ghost Rider is, but he's not that great. So
It's there's another Ghost Rider besides Robbie
yeah, I
Reyes.
think it's
and-
also a motorcyclist.
But
But-
Catch.
Yes.
Yeah,
But they don't
Catch.
show up a lot,
He does
do they?
quite often.
Really?
Yeah.
I just
Uh,
never think about him.
Johnny Blaze and Catch are actually probably the two most frequently.
Well, he was before Robbie
That
Reyes.
sucks. Robbie Reyes is
Yeah.
so cool.
Well, Robbie Reyes is
Robbie
new,
Reyes is cool,
relatively speaking,
but
compared to the two
but
of them.
Catch.
Oh.
If I can remember his first name.
I knew that there was one between Robbie Reyes and Johnny Blaze. That's why I was like,
Oh, between. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
after
No, no,
Robbie
no.
Reyes. Oh, okay.
there might be a fourth, but
Danny
I don't
Ketch.
know that.
Danny
Ketch.
Yes. Uh huh.
Danny Catch and the War on Heaven series.
That's kind of hard. That's kind of a hard
cool
title.
as shit.
The War on Heaven.
I've never really
No,
read
I mean it's
much Ghost
literally
Rider.
like Danny
but-
Ketch is being like manipulated by an angel that is trying to like assault
Oh, yeah,
heaven and
his
open the
isn't-
pearly gates.
His isn't
So Danny
a
Ketch
devil,
goes
right?
around and kills other Ghost Riders.
Yeah, he's not a spirit of vengeance, right? He's possessed by an angel, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Johnny Blaze is spirit of vengeance.
Spirit of Vengeance. He's the
possessed by
angel. He's an angel of vengeance.
Yeah, and then
It's actually the same angel that's trying to like kill God.
yeah, and then Robbie Reyes is possessed by a murderer.
Who,
Yeah.
Lucifer?
Yeah, Robbie Reyes isn't really a spirit of vengeance. He's
No.
possessed by a serial killer.
And we're, like current series right now, Johnny Blaze is King of Hell, and
Or
it's fucking cool.
At
as
least
shit.
Robbie Reyes was originally
Cool as
introduced
shit.
as being possessed by a serial killer.
He's-
I don't know if that's still the case.
You look bewildered, but yeah, Johnny
I
Blaze.
just- I
Johnny
haven't.
Blaze is currently the King of Hell, and he's going insane,
Yeah.
trying to keep all of Hell's like citizens within Hell, Like he's literally going batshit insane.
Yeah, he recently.
This is the current
he
Ghost Rider
recently
run?
just got, like,
Current
a
Ghost
fuck
Rider
ton of
run.
tattoos on himself to like as memories.
Yeah. He's
like
losing
Memento.
his mind.
Yeah.
He's slowly becoming like.
I don't know if the
Satan.
tattoos are like permanent or not, but if they are,
Yeah.
not a great design.
Cool as shit.
I don't know that like
Cool.
half face skull thing. I was like, that doesn't look
Yeah.
that great.
Eh.
But that's all I really know. I saw a bit about that.
That and they announced there's a Batman versus Spawn comic coming.
Oh joy.
Yeah. Court of Owls is trying to get Spawn to kill Batman.
Sure. That's sure. Why not?
Yeah. He could do it. Let's be honest.
I fucking hate it here, dude.
Well,
what,
you
you
know,
don't like
Batman
Todd
went-
McFarlane's Spawn?
Todd McFarlane is such a fucking annoying guy.
I'm Todd McFarlane.
I
He's
love
and
so
I created
annoying.
Spawn.
I love Spawn. I don't like Todd McFarlane, but I like Spawn.
Eamon, I've never read Spawn, but I know Eamon fucking hates
Yeah.
Spawn.
Every
talk
time I
about
see
Spawn a
Eamon,
lot, yeah.
we talk about Spawn because
Yeah.
he hates Spawn. He refuses to read any of it.
Why?
I love Spawn.
Wait, so he hasn't read
No,
Spawn?
no, I
No.
thought he did. I thought he hate Red Spawn.
No, he hasn't read Spawn at all.
Oh, I thought he.
So
hate
what the
Red.
fuck does he hate about it?
Todd McFarlane.
Oh.
I thought he hate read 100 issues.
No, I don't think so. Last time I talked, I don't think he.
Oh,
He said that he's like, I will never read Spawn.
Oh, I absolutely thought that was one of the series that he hate read.
No,
Because he was like, it'll
'cause,
get good, maybe.
There's also King Spawn going on right now,
Right.
which these are like the only comics that I actually know of that are going on.
Mhm.
And I read like the first 3 issues of King Spawn. Fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Really good. Really well written. Drawn very well as well.
Is it by
Tyler
Todd?
McFarlane has also, by the way, not
Um,
drawn Spawn since like the first 3 issues.
No.
So
Yeah, no. Todd McFarlane has.
he
his-
went, fuck this.
He has his name on it, which is enough for Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, he just gets the money.
Yeah.
Hey,
Naturally.
But
you afraid of the dark? You should be.
yeah,
I'm Todd McFarlane. I created Spawn.
yeah.
Here's
what
Spawn.
is this? What is
That's
going
the
on here?
intro. Every episode of the animated Spawn series from
Yeah.
like the 90s that
Yeah.
has Keith David voicing.
Yeah, it won an
Spawn.
Emmy.
Yeah. Every episode begins with Todd McFarlane drawing the same like panels. And he's like, "Hi. Do you know that the dark is really fucked up and bad things happen in alleyways? I'm Todd McFarlane and I'm the creator of Spawn." Every episode it
It's
starts exactly
incredible.
like that. And it's so goddamn
Because
funny.
you can absolutely tell that what happened was Todd McFarlane went, I want to be
I want to be known.
on the show. And they went, okay. And then they go, so what do you want? He goes, just put a camera in front of me and I'll just say whatever the fuck I want. And I'll say, all right, here's Spawn. And that's that's absolutely
He's a
what
fucking
happened.
psychopath, dude.
Oh, without a doubt. It's also called Todd McFarlane Spawn, which
Sure
is.
is.
Of course it is.
Very fucking funny. Rated pretty high though.
Um,
It's a good show. It's a good
I've heard
show.
it's a great show.
It's on
I've heard it's
HBO.
really good.
It is on
Nice.
HBO. All
Yeah.
3 seasons.
I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I want to watch it eventually.
Yeah, it's great.
except
Except for the first 1 minute. The first
Yeah,
minute.
exactly, where Todd McFarlane
You're like, we know you're Todd McFarlane.
strokes
This is
himself on
season
for an
3.
unbroken minute take on camera.
I have watched 35 episodes of this. I know who you are.
Hi, I'm Todd
Shut
McFarlane.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
hi, I'm Todd McFarlane.
Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane.
Afraid of the
Eamon
dark.
also
Did you-
gives Eamon also gives shit about the
Did you know
potential reboot that's supposed to be coming, or the new Spawn movie.
I think it'd be so funny if Todd McFarlane like brought back the animated series and just started saying like wacko shit.
He
Like
does already.
No, like he's just like
no another animated.
It's just
series,
like it
and
opens
it's just
up.
the same thing.
yeah, it opens up
He
and like
recreates the exact same.
No, they just reuse them.
no,
They
it like
cut the
it like
segment out. And
it like
put
fades in.
the
It like fades in from black, and there he is, like drawing his panel. And he looks up and he goes, "Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane. Did you know that Nestle puts salt in their water so they make you buy more?" Anyway,
Do you know that
here's
several
Spawn.
chocolate companies use child labor,
Yeah.
child slavery to get their cocoa powder?
Did you know that Elon
Including
Musk's
Cadbury.
father had a diamond emerald blood mine, or blood diamond emerald mine,
Yeah.
or a blood diamond mine?
Blood
yeah, yeah.
diamond. And
I
also
I
got his
immediately
mother's
realized-
Diamond
emeralds.
emerald.
I
mines.
immediately
Yeah,
realized.
you know, diamond emeralds.
Yeah.
I'd fucking buy
Yeah.
that. That'd be cool shit though.
Nah, diamonds suck.
Did you know that
Yeah,
there's a
they do.
15-ton
Get
pile
a-
of garbage off the coast of California? Anyways, here's
Here's
Spawn.
Spawn. I'm Tyler
Anyways,
Perkins, and I created
I'm
Spawn.
Todd McFarlane.
Anyways, I'm Todd
I
McFarlane.
created Spawn.
He says it twice in a 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane.
Do you ever
Did
get
you
those,
know that thing? Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane.
It's like those, like, do you ever get those TikToks of the guy that's playing Siege and he's like, new strat, I'm Diamond 1. And he like, like the first one I saw was he goes prone on like a barricaded door, hits open the very bottom one. He goes, all right, now we just sit here. I'm Diamond 1. He just repeats, I'm Diamond 1 throughout the entire TikTok. And it's just such a basic ass strategy. And that guy's definitely not Diamond 1.
Right.
Because
Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you, but it's even better to meet me.
I
Here's
created
Spawn.
Spawn. Did you know that the dark is fucked up and I'm Todd McFarlane and I created Spawn?
I'm Todd McFarlane. I was born in the dark. I was molded by it. Anyway, here's Spawn.
You know, I would also
Just out of
I am
pocket
the,
shit.
I am the knight.
I
Just
would-
out of pocket
I
shit.
would
Batman.
also
The entire
throw in
time.
that I had a hand in creating Venom. Like,
Yeah, we don't know who exactly created Venom, but I was a part of it.
it was him and someone else.
Yeah, it was him.
No,
and someone
like I just watched
Yeah.
I just watched the video on it. Like 7 people have a claim to
Yeah.
say they created Venom.
Yeah, that is true.
It's crazy. It's like
Just
Todd
like-
McFarlane, Jerry Conway, fucking I don't know, some other people, but like there's like 7 people who have a claim to
Dude, just,
creating
you
Venom.
know, I also helped create Venom. Just
Yeah,
saying.
honestly, everybody helped create Venom.
You know what I did?
Hi, I'm Anthony
Hi,
DiGennaro.
I'm Michael. I'm Michael, and I created Spawn.
Yeah. At that point, whoa. Shit.
Okay, hold on.
He takes off his Mission Impossible mask. It's fucking Todd McFarlane this whole time.
Dude,
Hi, I'm Todd
you're gonna be
McFarlane.
hearing from Todd McFarlane's lawyers.
Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane. Welcome to Vaguely Anime.
He will
Anyway,
sue
here's
you for
Spawn.
that.
Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane. I
Alright,
sued
roll-
the shit
roll
out of
the
Vaguely
first
Anime,
episode
and
of
I now
Spawn.
created Vaguely
Here's
Anime.
Spawn.
Here's Spawn.
Just play the movie from like the.
What if they got
live-action
like? What if
movie.
they got like Keith Dave to do one? He was like, "Hi, I'm Todd McFarlane."
That would- that
That'd
would
be
blow my
so
mind.
Crazy. Oh my god! Wow, I didn't realize how much of a psychopath Todd McFarlane is.
Oh yeah.
There's like he's a freak. He's a freak in nature.
He's a fucking
He's an
psychopath.
It's an
Sure is.
unstoppable force meets an immovable object, and that immovable
And in
object is
between
Todd
is Spawn.
McFucking Farland.
And then
Yeah.
Unstoppable Force is also Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, it's Todd McFarlane is the unstoppable force, and then the immovable object is just like every other comic creator, and in the middle is Image Comic. Yeah, it's insane how.
unironically love Spawn though.
Yeah, I gotta read
He's
it.
such a cool character.
He sure is 90s chain man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot
But
of.
now
chains,
there's like
right?
7.
7 Spawn.
There's 7 spawns.
There's Lady Spawn.
I know there's Lady Spawn.
There's
Lady
Spi-
Spawn's a fucking
Lady
skin.
Spawn, regular Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Medieval Spawn. I think technically Cagliostro is also a Spawn.
Lady Spawn is a skin for Jackie Briggs in Mortal Kombat.
That's raw.
It's pretty cool. So you
That's
can
raw
get
as
like
fuck. We're burdened.
That makes
with
me feel better.
indifference.
I was worried that she was just sitting down there sad.
oh baby. Oh
We
my
all do that. Welcome to life.
I was doing that before I got here. I was sitting downstairs.
Yeah, but you know what
sad.
cured my
Been doing that
sadness
for
sitting down there?
years.
Having a cat just
Having a
sleep
kitten.
on my chest.
That
really,
is-
I
that
would have
is-
thought it was the hours of Batman that you were playing.
But that also helps.
Hours.
We do.
And
We see you on
100%
Discord
I
all
did
the time, and you're
100%
playing Batman
Just
Arkham
playing
City. We're like, oh
Batman.
yeah, he's playing Batman.
He then questioned me on it why I was playing Devil May Cry 5 again.
Question what? What?
He questioned me. He was like, "Didn't you already beat Devil May Cry 5?" I was like, "Yeah, but harder difficulties."
Which is funny because I was
That's
doing
the point.
exactly that.
That
for
is, you were
Batman.
doing
Oh,
the
there you go.
exact same thing.
But I also thought I had already beat it on the the first time I did it on hard. Well, all right. So what happened was, and it happened again actually. So I think the game might just be a little glitched in that department. But when
What game?
Batman Arkham, Arkham Knight,
Arkham Knight's
I thought I
glitched.
played it on hard, like the first time because I was like, whatever. I already know what I'm doing. And then when you play it on hard, then you do New Game Plus. It's a nightmare difficulty, but you can't select nightmare difficulty, which is odd because it gets rid of the thing that lets you know people are about to attack you.
Oh,
That indicator. But all the other games, their hard difficulty was that it got rid of the indicator.
oh, weird.
But the hardest difficulty doesn't do that for Arkham Knight. But if you play on hard, then New Game Plus, or sorry, just New Game Plus in general, it gets rid of it. But when you 100% New Game Plus, it just goes back to the difficulty you beat it on. So it no longer says nightmare, it just says like hard. And I'm like, well, that just looks less satisfying.
Yeah.
Like, I have 240% on hard. I want 240% on Nightmare
240%.
because of DLCs.
Oh.
Yeah.
DLC makes it the extra.
I was about
40.
to say, God damn.
I just want to get I have to keep unlocking difficulties.
I wish I could unlock Nightmare. Like, I would absolutely do it again just so I could say that it was on Nightmare. But now,
Like, because I chose to play the special edition. I purchased it a while ago.
I know, because I was like,
But
I remember
I-
it coming out forever ago.
Yeah, it came out. Obviously, it was only on the new gen, so it was the Series X. Didn't have one when it came out because who did?
Right.
And
Sure did take a fucking
yeah,
minute.
took a
You
while.
got it way sooner than I did, though.
Yeah, I got lucky. Got very lucky. I also was shopping for it at work when I was still working at the news station. Like, I was editing on one computer and I was logged into 2 other computers, just like waiting. So it was like I just got into it a few times. So I was like, purchased, bitches, and then I went back to work.
I got you got it like right before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got it Christmas, so like I remember we were the first 2 that had it, right?
Yeah, we were. I don't think any of our other friends were like even trying. They're still not trying.
I think Jardo has it now, right?
Dardo has one.
Yeah. There's no one else.
No.
Oh, is everyone else still on the 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought everyone had upgraded. At this point.
No. We actually, Jardo and I now make fun of Brandon because he's like, yeah, I got a new one. He kept saying the Series S, but he actually meant the 1X. So we now make fun of him. It's like-
Did he
it's like,
think
"Ha."
he got the Series X?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he just forgot the name,
Okay.
which is fair.
The 1X is. I forgot the 1X.
It's like
was even a
Xbox
thing.
One S, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X.
Really, this fucking
Xbox
naming
Series S.
convention.
Look, we already gave a lot
Seriously.
of shit to Microsoft about their naming convention.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it again. Their naming conventions are fucking
Yeah, it's
stupid.
fucking dumb.
Like-
Dumb as shit.
What's easier than okay? Because Nintendo does their own thing, right? But at least each name is vastly different.
It is vastly different.
Or you have PlayStation, which is just 1
2,
through
3, 4.
5. Simple.
PSP.
Or you got the PS2 Slim, or you got the whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
PS2 Slim, I hate. I have one.
yeah,
I
it's
hate
the one
it.
I have. I don't
I
have the big one.
I hate it. The big one was way better.
Actually, I just remembered that my cousins still have the fucking Slim.
Yeah,
We've been
no,
only been using yours.
the Xbox the fucking PlayStation 2, like the thick boy, definitely better.
Really?
Because it was like that adapter where you could plug in 4 controllers.
Oh yeah,
The
right.
majority of them only work on the big
I did- I
ones. You
forgot
had to
about
get a
that.
specific one for
Yeah.
the Slim, but also the Slim has like overheating problems.
Ooh,
I don't know if I've
Because
ever had
it
that
was,
with mine.
it
But
was
I've always
too
had it
small
out.
for like the hardware that it was in that it had.
I'll do it.
So it had overheating
I
problems.
only knew one person that didn't have the Slim, which was my cousin. He had like the fucking giant one because he got it when it came out.
Yeah, we had the big one,
We
and that thing never overheated.
I all I remember about
was
that
great.
PlayStation specifically, besides like playing Ratchet and Clank on it, was the camera game, where like it had the camera and you would stand in the middle and it was like a kung fu thing. People would jump out and you had to like swat them away. No, okay.
I never had a PS2.
That
What
was
is he talking about?
yeah. That was
I played Tekken.
no. Ratchet and Clank.
Tekken Tag
like,
Tournament 1, bitches.
Pretty much.
yeah, the
Sly
only
Cooper.
Ratchet and Clank game I've ever played is the remake of 1.
That's fair.
It's
That's all I've
solid,
had.
but they made him less of an asshole, and I
Actually,
slightly
I
bummed by it.
played like Twisted Metal, Tekken Tag 1, Gauntlet, Dark Legacy. Big fan.
Oh my god, I've played Gauntlet Dark Legacy. That
We
was on
haven't
the
gone
Xbox.
back
I
played
have
Dark
that
Gauntlet.
game still.
That's
started playing it when we first
crazy.
moved in.
We actually did start playing. We have
Oh
not continued.
man.
It's
Oh, I haven't
fucking-
played that game in years.
Fucking great.
Yeah, that
Love
game rocked.
Sucks.
it kind of does.
Sucks ass.
It sure
but
does.
goddamn, do I love it.
Oh, whatever. I'll keep my nostalgia glasses on for this one. I remember loving that game back in the
Yeah,
day.
dude. That game.
Did you guys
so
ever play
fucking-
Gladius?
No idea what that
No.
is.
The dead air there. Like, hold on. It's fucking.
I could have just said no.
it's a
but it
Lucas-
seems funnier.
It's
than-
it was hilarious. It was a LucasArts game. Hold on.
This one.
Yeah. It was like a fucking
No, sure as shit did not play this.
it was like an I forgot. It was like an RPG.
It
Like,
almost.
the combat was really weird.
It's like it almost from just the pictures. I was gonna say it
Yeah,
looks
it's like a
almost like a Dynasty
strategy.
Warriors, but it's not.
No, it's like because I used to watch the trailer for it on Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, Jedi Knight, Jedi Star, whatever. It was like Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. And there used to be like an extra trailer in it. And then at the end, there was like what I thought was like an interactive piece, but like it wasn't. So I was just like an idiot, like pressing the buttons on the controller trying to interact
So
with the
funny.
trailer. And then like I saw it and like the combat looked really cool. And I was like, wow, is this like a hack and slash gladiator game? I want to play this. And then like I rented it from Blockbuster and I put it in and it was like, all right, well, you get like this panel and like you gotta like move your guy
tactical
and you
RPG.
get like it was like XCOM shit and I'm like, this fucking sucks. Like this is not what I wanted
They
at all.
lied to me.
They lied to me, and it's like we didn't
Should
at all.
have just played Dynasty Warriors.
I have played a Dynasty Warriors clone.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
Like
I played Hyrule Warriors.
Well, it's by the same people.
Well, it's by the same
It is.
people.
It
Yeah,
is
it's a
both by,
spinoff.
I never
Koei
played.
Tecmo.
I never played that one, and I only ever had any interest in slightly playing it, just because I heard the story was pretty alright.
It's Zelda. I mean, like it's also
I don't play
it's a prequel
Koei
to
Tecmo games.
Oh
for
no,
story.
I don't.
it's
yeah,
a prequel
yeah.
to it's a prequel
No, I
to
know.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, yeah. No, I same. Like I get that, but the only reason I would have been interested in it is for the Breath of the Wild prequel
That's
story.
fair.
Like
Plus,
but
there's
I
like 8
get-
million playable characters too,
Yeah.
so that's cool too.
But I
yeah,
abs-
but
I
that's
absolutely-
just a Dynasty Warriors game.
I
Yeah.
absolutely understand that most people
There's
are
a
not
shit
playing
ton.
those games for the story.
No,
it's
not at
just for specifically the Breath of the Wild one. is
straight
why I
up,
would-
straight up, the story was the marketing point of Hyrule
Well, yeah.
Warriors. Still didn't fucking care.
Deadass Dynasty Warriors. I don't know what it is
I'll probably
about
just watch
Dynasty
it.
Warriors. It's just a hack
Yeah.
and slash. But
Yeah.
goddamn, you feel
Oh,
like
it's
a
just satisfying
fucking
combat.
badass. in
Yeah,
there
it's just very satisfying
constantly.
combat.
Except for Dynasty Warriors 2, because Lu Bu was glitched, who was probably the hardest goddamn.
Lubu.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's where that joke comes from.
Yeah.
It's because he was glitched, and if you got ever so slightly too far away, his whole health would just reset to max, and he would still be aggroed on you. You just couldn't do anything. So they're like, do not engage Lubu, and I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right, I won't.
That's like in WoW when you like run away from like a boss too far and then it like
Yeah.
runs away and you have to like redo the whole fucking thing.
yeah,
I'm like,
no, I was, I have trauma from that.
yeah.
Do not engage
Trauma.
Lubu. Like, that's just seared into my brain.
Yeah. Shit,
I
what's,
like. I'm
Dynasty
trying to-
Warriors 4 got a lot better.
what's Lubu?
I'm
look
trying
like?
to
What's
think
what's his
of-
name? Lubu?
Lubu. Lu space Bu. Lubu.
I'm trying to think of like
L-U.
a childhood.
Reaper has a skin of him
a childhood like
in Overwatch.
boss fight.
This jabroni?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that absolute. He's also like supposedly a real person.
Yeah, he's based off of a.
Oh, is he?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
They don't actually know if he was real or not, or just a local legend.
Lubu
Right.
Dynasty Warriors 2?
Yeah.
He's 29 years old. My ass is 29 years old.
Yeah, from Mythos, one of the strongest fighters in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era.
Yeah.
Well known for his crescent moon halberd and his archery skills.
Yeah, he looks like
But he might have not existed.
But he also could have just not existed. But at the same time, Guan Yu did, and supposedly he fought Guan Yu
Yeah,
and
he
two
looks
of
like
his
he'd cut me in
brothers at
half.
the same time,
Yeah.
and he tied them. So, what a badass. Fucking love Lu
I
Bu.
choose to believe.
Lu Bu was
exists.
also just deadass a mercenary. Like, he had no loyalty.
Ronin.
He was great. Ronin are disgraced samurai.
They sure are.
They're not really mercenaries. They're just losers. They just sucked at their job.
Right.
That's all they are.
So
Cool name, though.
Lu Bu is just a badass.
Cool
Like,
name, though.
Fuck it. You want me to fight for you? Sure, pay me.
What are like? Do you guys have any like boss fights from your childhood that you remember being like your fucking
My
like-
Vietnam?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Lu
Yeah.
Bu. Fucking hate Lu Bu.
Because I was thinking about it, like I'm trying to think if any came to my mind, but I'm curious if any of for you guys.
Yeah, at the end of Knights of the Old Republic 2, Darth Treya kicked my fucking ass.
I'm
I realize I'm probably the minority here.
It's like, I don't think I
Yeah,
got
I never played those
stuck
games.
on very many bosses.
What
'cause
else?
I guess I never actually beat Twisted Metal like 4, but I think I only did that because I really wanted to listen to Rob Zombie. And that was it.
Oh, you wanted to hear Sacred Poetry. You know how Rob Zombie
That
sings?
sounded like Creed more than Rob.
Nah, I had a little Pearl Jam. I had a little Pearl Jam in there.
It's like
There's a little Pearl Jam in there.
More grunge
Oh,
than metal.
shit, what did they hold?
no, you know, Rob Zombie is like yeah,
Yeah,
and then it's just word vomit.
yeah, Dracula, sex, and my wife.
Yeah, but that's
pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's Rob Zombie.
Yeah, that's Rob Zombie.
He just goes
King
to a
gang-
word generator,
King
hits
gang gong
hits
to
the
do gong to laga
randomize,
raga.
and then sings it.
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas Eddie Vedder is more like, heave here, say my number, take it down with the day, I'll win the best there. You know how Pearl Jam is?
That was good. That was accurate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If Eddie Vedder ever like dies, Pearl Jam, they
Yeah,
gotta
they need to
call
hit
me.
you up.
You just
Yeah,
sing,
they gotta
you just
call
sing vowels only, and you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and then with
Goddamn.
so that's more of like
It's
a
a throat singing, deeper voice.
yeah, that's more of a fast like a hard rock like
Yeah,
Pearl Jam. Where
absolutely.
even when you get like a more acoustic Pearl Jam, he's like, yes, oh, yeah, yes,
He's gonna get copyright strike.
Yeah, I'm that good, Eddie Vedder. I'm that good. You know,
it's
like,
gonna
Yeah,
go through
it's
the
gonna be like, oh,
algorithm.
shit,
they're gonna be
it's
like,
gonna be
they're
That's
gonna be like,
Pearl Jam.
they're gonna be like, what the fuck is Eddie Vedder doing on an anime podcast? They're gonna copyright
nerd,
strike the shit out of
actually.
us. Yeah. What do you think Eddie Vedder's favorite anime is?
K-On.
I don't know what that means.
K-On.
What's
show,
K-On?
I don't like that show. It's definitely
It's a moe. It's a moe girl band show.
It's Love Live.
Idol show.
Yeah, idol shows.
I was gonna
Uh,
say something like he probably likes
It's Avatar. It's everybody's.
it's
Everybody's
Avatar.
favorite is Avatar.
No, I'm sticking with
Not
K-On.
the last.
He's like,
Airbender, The
Sound euphonium.
The blue people.
he's like, yeah, that little boy ain't really
I
got.
have deadass seen K-On and Sound Euphonium, and I don't like either of them.
I've never seen Sound Euphonium. I plan on it though.
Dude. I mean, do you like horn instruments?
Yeah.
Okay.
He likes
I enjoy
jazz.
jazz.
He likes.
I mean,
jazz.
okay, but jazz is like.
Don't
jazz-
even. It has horns.
Jazz
Don't
does
pull a
not-
Kieran.
jazz
Don't
does
pull a
not
Kieran. It's
use
got horns.
euphoniums.
I know it's not jazz
Because it's a baritone instrument. Jazz uses a lot of tenor.
I gotta
But
look
I'm,
up what
I'm
euphonium
fine.
is.
Yeah,
now.
I plan on looking at Sound
Euphonium is a baritone.
I gotta look up what euphonium.
It's a
Euphonium.
small.
I think I've
tuba.
seen it actually.
It's a smaller.
Oh,
tuba.
that's a fucking euphonium.
That's a euphonium.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Also
I've seen
called a
this thing.
baritone.
Doesn't Alex play this?
Sound Euphonium.
Alex
that's
plays.
K-On. Sorry.
Alex plays a
This is
trombone.
K-On. It's just
Wait,
moe
I've
girls.
seen that girl
yeah.
before.
I'm sure
In the
you
front,
have.
I've seen that girl before.
Yeah.
She's
Alex plays the
quite around.
trombone.
Yeah.
No, I know he plays the trombone. I'm saying, doesn't he play the euphonium also?
No idea.
Not
Oh,
I
alright.
think he only plays the trombone.
Well, he plays
And-
bass too.
and-
Well,
bass.
yeah, he has
Yeah.
other, but I think the only like
Horn instrument.
horn instrument.
Oh, I
wind
got it.
instrument.
I got you.
I think.
Wind
Well,
instrument.
how
was what I was
difficult could
looking
it be
for.
to go from trombone to euphonium?
No idea.
Trombone uses a slide. Euphonium uses valves. So you'd have to relearn.
That'll do it.
It's like it's the only
Anthony
one.
DeGeneiro,
It's
the,
the only
premier
one.
knowledge on brass instruments.
Hey, if
You
if-
are in the same key, so you
Uh.
could read the same sheet music. Like
Yeah.
all the notes would be the same.
Mhm.
But because I also used to play the trombone,
Right.
so I could play music on a trombone because I know the positions for the slide.
Did I ever tell you guys the story
Using-
about
doing this? I have no fucking idea.
Did I ever tell you guys the story about how I cried during my school Christmas concert
No.
on stage?
go on,
It was
please self-incriminate yourself.
yeah no it was fourth grade. I used to play saxophone in fourth grade.
I wish
And
my school let
You
me.
seem
This
like
is
a
the reason I
saxophone
quit.
player.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's my favorite instrument. This is the reason why I
fucking
quit.
wish my school let me play saxophone
And I kind of regret quitting because
You know
I would have
why?
loved. Why?
because they said it sounded too much like sex, so they didn't let the instrument be an option.
Oh yeah, it's the sexiest fucking instrument. What do they expect?
I have told you that before. That was why.
Okay, the sexiest instrument is the baritone sax. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
Still a sax. But
So
goddamn
this is the
baritones.
reason why I quit playing saxophone too. So, back in fourth grade, I used to play saxophone, and then every year our school would do like a winter Christmas concert where we would just play Christmas music and shit.
Naturally.
So like yeah, so like you know how with a saxophone you have like the reed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so during the winter concert, my reed broke,
That's
and yeah,
unfortunate.
So my reed broke, and I didn't have an extra reed. So they
couldn't-
were like,
you
if you
couldn't
can't
deep
do
throat
it,
another reed.
yeah, they were like, if you can't do it, then just fake play. But the
Yeah.
problem is, there were two saxophone. So you have this girl next to me, who's playing her heart out, and then me, who's like, the whole time, and like people noticed.
Of course they would.
And the band, like the conductor noticed
Of
too.
course they would notice.
Yeah.
There are only two.
So he pulls me to the side. He pulls me to the side after the show. He was like, "What the fuck was that?"
I'm willing to believe that he said
He
that.
didn't say that. He didn't say that.
verbatim. No,
He didn't say that.
No,
No, no.
that is canon now.
Yeah.
No,
he,
no,
he pulled you off.
He pulled a 5-year-old off and went, "What the fuck?
Yeah, what the
was that?"
fuck
What the
was that?
fuck is wrong?
You're never
with
gonna
you?
be that.
Are
You're
you
never gonna be
trying to
anything.
fucking
You're never gonna
embarrass
play in this
He
town
pulled-
again,
he pulled,
kid.
He pulled the J.K. Simmons and Whiplash on me. He's like, "What the fuck was that? That wasn't my tempo at all, you piece of shit." Yeah, and I was like, "Okay."
Do you even want to fucking be here?
No, he pulls me to the side.
Not my tempo.
No, he pulls me to the side, and he's just he threw a chair at my head. So he pulls me to the side, and he was like, "Anthony, what was going on there?" And I was like, "My reed broke, and I didn't have another one, and I wasn't gonna change it mid song." And he was like, "But like, we have extra reeds." And I was like, "But I felt weird getting up." And I'm like crying my eyes out. And on stage, I was crying too, because I started to go like beet red because my reed broke. And and when I tried playing the notes with the broken reed, it just sounded like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
That lovely sound.
yeah.
Of the
yeah, it sounds like a
winds.
dying dog
Yeah.
in
I
a.
like how you still were breathing into
Yeah,
it
yeah.
instead of just
Yeah.
not and just.
Well, because
It's
what I
gross.
did, what I did was I thought I didn't know I broke it. So like when I was playing, like the notes were coming out normally, but then it was just like.
He thought he just sucked.
Yeah. So then I started playing, and I was just like, "Holy shit! Did something break?" And then I looked, and I saw my reed broke, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I had to play like fake,
Yeah.
So I started playing on the notes, but I just didn't blow.
I did that in high school.
Yeah, but like you could hear it. So you could hear it because there was only one other saxophone player, and so like it was just me, and I got like really embarrassed because people started to look at me, and I started to cry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started to cry on stage.
Yeah, that
and there's like
tracks.
I think there's a video of me like that my mom took, and like you could see that I started crying. So you see like the camera just go, "Oh fuck!" Like
Can we get this video?
Can we?
I will look for it. I'll look for it.
Send
Yeah.
it to me. I'll put it in.
There is a picture. There is a picture of me
Beautiful.
playing saxophone.
Beautiful.
And I think I am crying.
Okay, well
In
I'll
that
send
picture.
that to me instead then.
I think that I think I don't know. I have to find it.
If you can actually find the video and/or picture, but like if it's the video, I'll just put a black frame, just be the video for a hot second, and just be
Yeah.
incredible.
So funny.
It's it was horrible.
I played trumpet for maybe 3 weeks, and then I went, nah. Because I wanted to play. I wanted to learn how to play saxophone. That was the instrument like I wanted to
Yeah.
play, and they were like, no. And so then I was like, all right, maybe I'll try trumpet, I guess. And then I was like, it's not what I want. So
A
I
regular old
stopped.
Louis Armstrong over
He
here.
would not have cut it as a saxophone player. Saxophone's hard.
Saxophone
Yeah.
is a little
Saxophone's
difficult.
very
Saxophone,
hard.
I remember it being a little difficult.
Not the hardest. French horn. French horn is the hardest.
Well, yeah, that teacher.
But it
that
sounds
I had
great.
that we
Yeah.
lied our way through class.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a French horn player.
Yeah, French horn is very difficult.
Sounds great though. You can make pretty much the entire Skyrim soundtrack off French horn.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he was
Pretty hot.
very talented. He traveled like everywhere for French horn.
Good for him.
And
yeah, the guy that I wrote the papers for.
yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that class was he absolutely knew, because I said it the first day when they were like, going around. They're like, introduce yourself and your major and like whatever.
And what instrument you play?
Yeah. Well, basically, and because it was
I
a, it was a,
play my Xbox.
so
You did not say that.
no. So I said exactly differently. Anyway, so what happened was, so this was a 4,000 level course, which is for Texas, it's like
Senior
the
level.
senior level. Like you're gonna take this class because you're graduating
Fourth
in this
year.
major for the most
Right.
part.
Yeah.
Fourth year level.
I needed a
class.
4,000 level, a great texts class, which is what this was under, because it needed.
So it was
to
a lit class.
It needed to fulfill a
Nope.
certain
It was a music class.
Great text.
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
had the same reaction.
Sure.
So it needed to fulfill a certain credit that I needed
Yeah.
in order to graduate. And so all the others were literature based. I'm like, fuck that. This one's at least music based. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And it's based off of classical music.
Oh,
So
I would
He
have taken
would've-
the fucking
He
lit.
would have done better under the literature class.
that's not true at all. So what happened was, that first day, they're going around. I'm sitting in like the fucking back corner because I'm like, I don't want to fucking be here, whatever
Yeah.
as it is.
Yeah,
And
class.
so they're going around, and
class.
and there's like 20 people in this class, I think.
Yeah.
And so it's going around to each person. They're like, oh yeah, I'm a great text literature or like music major, or I'm a band major, or whatever.
Band major.
Whatever. They're
Music
like,
major.
basically everybody was musically
yeah.
inclined
Sure.
in that class, and they're like,
Sure.
this is my major, this is what I'm graduating in, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Gets to me, and I'm like, every single person I mean was like had their major musically related. Gets to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Michael. I'm a film major, and I am here for a credit. And the teacher went,
Hey, at least you were
why are
honest.
you here then? And I went, literally, like
I just said
I just told
Yeah.
you.
for a
and I was
credit.
like, literally for a credit, and it was this, or it was book-based, like, reading classes, and I was not going to do that. So he was like, at least you're honest. And he was like, do you know anything about, like, music theory or whatever? And I was like, absolutely not. And so the first day, so this class was basically, here's a symphony, listen to the symphony, write down as you listen to it with timestamps, like things that are going on and whatnot. So I would have to listen to like 8-hour symphonies.
They were great. Honestly.
Agony.
They were great.
Honestly, they weren't that bad. But
Okay.
it's what's
Classical
what's-
agony for me.
what's-
Classical music slaps so hard.
I don't mind classical music. But
Okay.
what the funniest part about every time we had to come into class afterwards was we'd go around the room, like we'd listen to it in class, and then at times you would like raise your hand or something for when you had something interesting to add to what was happening. And so people would have their lists that they wrote down and be like, oh, at 1 hour 30 minutes, I thought like the French horn played a really great note here, and like they would specify what that note was, what like measure it was in, whatever. And then it would get to me, and he'd be like, "All right, Michael, what did you think?" And I'd be like,
Sounded
"Well,
nice.
at like 30
all of
minutes, what I assume was a violin sounded nice."
It was a viola.
They'd be like, "It was actually not a violin at all. It wasn't even a string instrument."
Yeah, it was
And I'd be
actually
like-
a-
and I'd be like, "Oh."
In fact, that
Well-
was an oboe.
Like
you were so far off.
He was playing a harp, actually. Like,
literally, so like,
no, that's a string.
that is a string instrument.
so
So
what?
it just goes to show.
What every time he would go to me, and I am positive after like even the first time he would go to me just because he knew I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and he thought it'd be
Just
funny.
because it'd be funny, yeah. I'd do the same fucking thing because
So-
I hate kids.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Hey,
I started
dumbass.
writing it as consequential as it, like, just being like, I think this was a harmonica, sounded cool or whatever. Like it would just be nonsense and as nondescript as possible, and me guessing. And he would be like, "All right, Michael," and then somebody would be like, "That wasn't what that was at all." And I'd be like, "Oh,
I love.
all right."
You
that.
can't win them all.
I love the instrument you went with for ridiculousness was harmonica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
Good old folk singers back in
At
1687.
at one point, I messed up what
Mozart and his harmonica.
At one point, I messed up what the high note singers were called. I didn't call them baritones, but
sopranos.
yeah,
Sopranos.
I think I said tenor, and
Close.
I was like,
That's
oh,
your mid.
it was
midtones.
It was
but
like
yeah.
that, like the famous one where it's like the girl making like the bird noise, like going,
Yeah.
like that one. And I was like, oh yeah, the tenor. Like I think that's a tenor. I think also, but also there was times where I was like, oh, I think this lady, and he'd be like, that was a guy, and I'd be like, fuck.
also a soprano.
Yeah.
Same problem I kind of have with Phantom of the Opera, the live one, because the Phantom is a soprano.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that.
Mm.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But also just because I watched the movie first.
My favorite
So.
part about that class was just
And that guy's like a baritone.
He
or
absolutely
tenor.
knew that I was just making shit up, and he knew that I was absolutely not actually writing my papers.
Yeah.
Like he knew
Yeah.
because
He knew.
because I was getting B's in them, and he was like, and I remember that after I handed them the first one, he like graded it, and he was like, he looked at me, he was like, so a B, huh? And I was like, yeah, and he was like, sure, and I was like.
Oh, what the fuck did this guy expect? Like,
No, literally, he was like, and I was like, sure, and he was like, or yeah, he said sure, and I was like, look, man, you know I'm here for the credit,
It's
and
even
nothing
funnier
else.
because it was me.
you
I
wrote
was
them.
writing the paper. Also a film major.
But you understood classical music, and we would call Matt sometimes,
And we would call him
who
Matt.
was actually musically trained.
He is a music major. Now
Um,
teaches.
Yeah, so like it was absolutely 100% this guy knew and was
Yeah.
just like whatever. Like and I stand by this sentiment that like I don't think kids should get like preferential treatment, but there should be a difference in how you look at a kid that is taking this class for a major and a kid that needs it for an elective.
I also did the same
No,
thing.
you're not wrong.
like because the kid
But at the same time, you know.
right,
yeah,
no, I get it.
unfair.
I get it.
You got
like,
to grade
it-
everyone by the same standards.
Yeah, but like when it comes to like I feel like a great text kind of class, I feel like that teacher did the thing where he knew I was out of my depth in this class, but I
Yeah.
needed it to graduate.
Yeah.
And like but some teachers would be like, oh, sucks to suck. You're getting fucking
To be
Fs.
fair, you also took that class when you had other options where you could have just taken a literature class, read the book, and then just wrote what you thought.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that. Fuck
S-
reading.
That
I would have had to read Beowulf and shit. And that sounds
Kieran,
like a nightmare.
Kieran, you're not gonna win this one. You're not gonna
I
win.
feel like I've already won.
no, you're not gonna win this one. Even if you thought you won, you haven't. won.
But I'm so glad you brought up Baylor. Ken Starr died today. The president.
Really?
When we were at Baylor. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say
The-
because the woman that took over, didn't she? Or was that-
Yeah, she took over after he was forced to retire.
Yes, I remember that.
Because he was president when all those sexual assault issues were happening.
Sure was.
Yes. And he did nothing.
There's a
He did
lot of
nothing
those
to
at
help.
Baylor. If you didn't know that, quite a lot.
There's a lot of them at
There was a lot of
college.
Ramapo too.
A lot. It's just college.
Yeah, a lot of the
Yeah,
a lot of the
college
football players.
things.
A lot of the football players at
Yeah.
Baylor.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot
No,
of
but yeah,
Ramapo. We used to get like
Ken
emails all
Starr-
the time.
Ken Starr died. He was 76.
Wow.
Also,
from
famous
anything,
for
or-
I didn't see.
No.
I just saw it on LinkedIn. But yeah, he died. He's well known for the lawyer who brought up impeachment to Bill Clinton.
That's the guy.
Yeah, same guy. He was president of Baylor, and he died at 76. Very surprising.
I just remember.
Couldn't care less.
I was gonna say I just remember
Kind of a
because
big
I didn't
head.
know who the president of Baylor was until the new person stepped in, and then people were freaking out because
Yeah.
it was like a
Linda Livingston.
Yeah, because it was a woman, and a lot of people were like, "That's really great," and everyone was like freaking out. That, yeah, sure, that's great, like, awesome. But I remember some people were like, "Why aren't you interested in like who's taking over as president?" I was like, "I didn't know who the president was before." I
Yeah,
don't-
my money's
it doesn't-
going to the same
it doesn't-
fucking place.
because
I
it
don't give a
doesn't
shit.
matter who the fuck
It
is
doesn't
president.
matter.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
like it doesn't affect my life one way
Nope.
or the other. Hey, the president of Baylor's a woman. That's cool, but like I don't really care who the
Yeah.
president
Sorry.
is.
My money's going to the
died
same
yesterday.
fucking place.
Oh.
In Houston, Texas.
So like, dude, the amount of people at Baylor that like live and breathe and die Baylor is
Complications from surgery.
is
That doctor just murdered.
astonishing.
I don't blame him.
Like Baylor's
Or
a
her.
fucking lifestyle for some people there, and
Baylor is a lifestyle.
I don't get it. And people never got why I didn't give a shit. It was, like, again, the reason I befriended Kieran
No,
was because
they-
he was the one that
They got
Kieran.
it. They questioned why you would come to Baylor.
Yeah.
They understood why. It's just why would you go to Baylor if you weren't?
And my
gonna-
answer was always because it's a good name school.
Eh,
And it helped get my job, so it worked.
it's fair. You got me there.
Yeah. I went, when I put in the resume, they went, "You went to Baylor?" And I went, "Yes, I did." And they went, "Wow. All right."
That's not usually the reaction I get.
Baylor's is up there in the names.
And they're like, "You went to Baylor?" I was
Why
like,
did
"Yeah."
you go to Baylor?
I wanted to go to UT at Austin, but their out-of-state transfer acceptance rate is like 0.2%.
Yeah.
I
I mean, out of state transfer.
Why even fucking bother?
Out of state transfer is low for every college. Like
I got-
out of state transfer
yeah,
is.
but I had a 3.8 GPA. I needed like a 4.2 technically to
Yeah.
even qualify.
Hello?
And so I applied to other like well-known schools, but Baylor was the next bigger name school I applied to, and because Baylor is a big name school,
Yeah.
and they accepted me and gave me a pretty good transfer scholarship. So I was like, all right.
There you go.
So that's why. Had nothing to do with like I didn't even really know about Baylor beforehand. Like I was just applying to schools, and I was like, this one's a pretty good name, and fuck it. And then they went, here's a good scholarship too for your grades, and I went, all right. And they're not known for their film program at all. But like, I just also just
Meh.
like
They've got big name teachers.
they do, but like it's
Like
not
who?
something they really.
Dr. Corey Carbonara and Dr. Corpy specifically.
They're big researchers.
Yeah, big researchers. Not big in the sense of like they made like really big films, but Dr. Carbonara was an executive at Sony. He helped bring HD cameras to the U.S.
Huh.
He has some really cool stories.
Yeah, he used to work like right hand man with the CEO of Sony. Back when he was still working with Sony. He has connections to people in Blackmagic Design, so we had days where the whole day was just playing with new tech.
That's
Dr. Corpy specifically, he has his own. I want to say he has his own production company. He recently won like a gold medal for film teaching from like I want to say SEMTI. When I say SEMTI, gave him the annual because it's not the annual, is the inaugural. He was the first winner of it, and so it's like he also develops new technology. Like technically, we're here to talk about it because we're under an NDA.
Yet, so
But there's
we
new.
made a documentary for something.
Technically, we didn't sign an NDA, so it doesn't matter.
Yep, I thought we did.
It was a verbal.
No.
We didn't sign shit.
All right, well,
Yeah,
they created like
they're
a new
developing
system for
new
cameras.
color technology for cameras.
Cool.
Which also we can just say that because we don't know any of the specifics of
True.
like what it is.
We made a documentary for it as like our senior project, and then then they turned out that all the data they had was wrong. It was actually better than that they thought.
Their
So,
initial
they
data,
just scrapped
their
the
initial
documentary.
outputs were significantly lower than what
Oh,
they
that
actually are.
sucks.
So yeah, we finished it. It's a good documentary.
It actually it came out pretty good.
It was very well done. It's a real shame that it was negated within 3 months.
Yeah, like I
But-
mean, it's cool that it was
but
negated in a
also-
way that was better
yeah.
for them, but like it sucked as like the people
Yeah,
that
for
worked
you
on
guys,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was literally like it's like the 6-point color system, and like because like it either uses RGB or CMYK.
Yeah.
But the one they're using is combining the both.
Can we talk about this?
Who cares?
Well, I don't want to get sued.
No one's gonna see it.
That doesn't matter.
But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It was cool to like work on that, and then, but yeah. So they developed like a lot of stuff, and that documentary we worked on was supposed to like go to like big people, like to be shown around.
They already introduced it.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's out there. We can say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were already planning on revealing it.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah. So it was. I have no idea where that's at the moment, but it's really cool.
Dr.
Yeah, that's
Carbonara said, as an artist, would you rather have 24 crayons, 64, or 528? That's why this evolution is important. So everything I just said was pretty much exactly.
Cool. All right. We
That's
can
fine.
talk about it then. Yeah. So 6P color system.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
fairly certain I saw that article a while ago, so I've just been saying it. It doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Because again, like,
But yeah,
we
so
don't know the
we did
specs of the
we did
technology
that
itself.
documentary and the music video, right? Those were the
Yeah.
two, coinciding thing. And that music video was my fucking nom, because it just was a nightmare to edit. Also, it was a nightmare to shoot. Our shooting schedule was not great, and we had to reshoot a lot of things because we didn't get the right thing we needed. And also, then we had a cameraman that just refused to white balance for an entire day because he was a fucking dick.
yeah. Fuck you, Ryan Bennett. Barrett.
I hate you.
Barrett, not Bennett. Barrett.
I thought about taking that man's fucking skateboard every day. He would leave this really expensive skateboard, like electric skateboard, just wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Outside on the grass, like under the stairway. And I was like, dude, one day I'm just going to fucking take it just to show, like, because he was just like such a dick, because he had money and like he didn't care. And so it was just like, you wouldn't even give a shit if it went missing. You'd just buy a new one.
Yeah.
Like,
He's one of like the few people that use an RE camera, like in the world. He has his own.
yeah.
Like
He also
RE
ruined.
Hydrogen 20
He
or
also
something
ruined
like that.
kids being able to use the studio.
He
'Cause
did.
did it for private work.
Yep.
and so none of us could use it,
Yeah.
which was so cool.
Yeah, he was running he was doing like photography and interviews by renting out the studio, like the broadcast studio that we had, which had an infinity wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was doing that. They found out that he was doing it for profit using Baylor's equipment. He wasn't even using his own camera.
Yeah.
He was renting out equipment to do it, and they were like, well, now nobody can use the studio. And then that was it. That was the only thing that happened. It pissed everybody off because he
Fucking
also
hate
just
him.
takes credit for stuff that he didn't actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he told everyone that he won an Emmy, but he won the film that he worked on as a grip won an Emmy that he was only there for on set for like a third of the days, I think.
Yeah.
From what I hear, grain of salt, I guess. But there's also plenty of instances where like one of our the TA that I don't know if you remember him. I don't remember
James?
his name. Yeah, James.
I liked him. He was really nice.
Yeah, he was
really
doing he was doing that promo video, the Lights promo video for Baylor, and Ryan was claiming credit for it as well, but he showed up to hold a scrim for one day.
Okay.
And that was it. That's all he did. And James was getting so mad. James was getting pissed. He's like, stop telling people that this was your project.
James,
He's like, you didn't do anything.
James was great.
He's like, technically, you didn't even do enough work where I have to credit you. It's like, and I was like, damn.
yeah, James was great because like especially during the music video when there was like during like the editing process when we had the director and stuff and they were like giving changes and like James would be like sitting there and he'd be like, that's just not something that makes any sense to change, like kind of thing. Like he was pretty big on like helping the workload for that.
To be fair, I think James was trying to make sure it actually got finished.
Yeah,
in
because our
time.
director kept changing a lot of stuff.
But at the same time, you know, it is the director's prerogative to change whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but technically he was executive producer, which meant he could override that.
He was director, but he was also the client.
True. But
So he's definitely still had the right to request whatever changes.
Oh
he
yeah,
wanted.
he had the right to request
But-
it. You know, he was not saying he didn't.
But that's what I mean. Like in a real world working situation, you would just have to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Like in that instance, it's like it's technically still schoolwork. He happens to also be a student there, whatever. But it's like I understand both points. I was pretty much only there doing like visual effects shit.
Yeah, you were helping because I gave you assistant editor on that. 'Cause
Yeah.
you were also helping me with just like working it out in my head.
I was trying to be a middleman because I know that Josh wanted more done, and it was already getting to the point where we were running out of time. I had 3 days to do VFX work.
Yeah. There was one scene.
Rough.
There was one shot
Rough.
in particular. Because the problem was a lot of the scenes we didn't have good ways to transition between them.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem as like the editor for it. And so I had to try to like be creative with the solution. But the only ways that I thought like flowed well with the thing the director didn't think worked. And there was one thing in particular that was these two scenes that had no like connection at all. Like it was very different color palettes, very different scene. And so the only way I found a way to be like interesting to transition between it that kind of made sense was I cut to the drum beat where it was like previous scene, new scene, previous scene, new scene, previous scene, new scene, like on the drum beat, and then it went into the new scene. And
You're talking about going from the so there's a shot in
Oh,
the
so
ice.
like Easy Rider.
It was a shot in
Yeah,
an
kind of.
that they were. It was all a narrative music video. So the entire thing was like this guy that wants to ask out this girl. He's thinking about her while he's viewing like this art gallery, which we used some of the paintings that Josh's sister painted.
they were actually pretty
Very
good.
good artist.
Yeah.
I had to make visual effects to transfer so like it zoomed in to the painting and then the visual effects made it look like the painting was
Morphed
coming
into the
into
scene.
life.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of thing. Weird to say, if you see it, it makes more sense.
I don't think it's out.
No, he didn't put it
Yeah,
up.
he didn't put it out.
Didn't put it up because that's not what he wanted, which is fair.
Yeah.
So it was like, so that's usually what it was. And then it's like, you'd go into one painting, it'd come back out. It went into another painting, which goes into a scene where they were like spending, is basically how he would spend a day with her. It was like, they went to see a movie and they went to go get ice cream. And then the shot that he's talking about is going from, they got ice cream and now they're driving around like to a lake.
Yeah, which was a shot, which was also scenes that he and like 3 other people just shot without telling anyone else.
Yeah, they did shoot it without any warning.
Yeah, that was cool. But like, because the difference was it was going in, but it came out later at a different thing. So I had to connect what went in and what came out, and it just, there was no real like through line visually, and so I just cut it to the beat, and it was like really the only way that kind of worked. It was like a tire to tire kind of thing. And his thing was that it was too like poppy, I think,
Yeah.
or too hip hoppy.
It was too hip hoppy.
And I was like, okay, but how else do you want me to cut it?
Just a hard cut.
But it didn't look good because that was how we had it, and it just didn't
You
mesh.
just had to cut it on the right action.
But then,
That's what
and
I
there was
don't
also
know.
one other problem, which
That was
something
years
we
ago,
literally,
so I can't remember.
which was also something we literally couldn't fix. So there was a shot of the actor and actress like dancing to the song. Now it became a part where like they're at like a dance and the band's
They
playing
went.
the song.
He
kinda
looked
thing.
at another painting, and it was this girl in like a prom dress, and I was like, "Oh, we went to prom together."
Yeah, so they're dancing or whatever.
By the way, hate that song.
Yeah, not a great.
Hate
song.
it now.
But anyway, I also
It
had
was
to listen,
fine from the beginning,
I
but
also had
like,
to listen to it 50 billion
Yeah.
times, which didn't help. But anyway, so they shot the dance, right? But they shot it circling around them. So they're in the middle, the camera's
Yeah.
circling them. But they shot it circling them where you can see all of the equipment because they lighted it one way. And so when they got to a certain point, you saw all the equipment. So I had to cut it 3 different times to hide the equipment. So it wasn't a smooth dance, it was cutting. And he was not a fan of that. And I was like, do you want me to just leave the equipment and the people standing in the background in it? And he was like, no, I don't want that. And I was like, okay, so how else can I do it? And so the only way that I could cut it at some point was, and he didn't like this answer either, but I didn't know how else to solve it, was there's them dancing. It fades to like a slight opacity to then the band playing. So you see both the band playing and them dancing, so the cuts are less obviously there.
It was superimposed.
Yeah, so that the cuts were less obviously there in the dance. And like I thought it looked fine. It was not what I would have chose to do if I could have fixed it. But like it just was like he wanted it fixed but didn't know what he wanted it fixed to. And then I had other options, but they all didn't work either. Because it would come back to the problem of the dance had to cut regardless. Otherwise, you just saw the lights and the people.
Nowadays, the answer is easy. You just mask out all the stuff in the back.
But we also didn't have time for that.
Oh, we did.
Did?
Oh, we did.
When?
Real easy.
Because those were the reshoots. That was what we reshot.
No, masking stuff out like that, real easy. Especially on movement, easy as shit. Would have been done in like 10 minutes.
I don't know, man.
Easy After Effects.
Regardless, it was kind of a nightmare to work on.
Sounds like a nightmare to work on.
It was kind of shitty.
We had the problem with Ryan not color balancing that camera because he just, and I quote, didn't feel like it.
Fucking asshole.
Like he knew he didn't, and he just didn't want to.
Yeah. At least she got color correction work.
Yeah, and then we had another thing where we were reshooting like a scene of a movie, and we needed to change lenses, and the person that was supposed to change lenses for that also, and I quote said, "Nah, I don't want to." And so then the shot didn't work, and so we had to make it all fix it in post in the editing, in the edit.
At that point, just shove the fucking guy out of the way and do it yourself.
I think that was also Ryan.
That was Josh.
Was it Josh?
Yeah.
No, because I thought Josh was directing.
He was cinematographer for LCA4.
Yeah, but cinematographer doesn't change lenses.
No. I heard right, but I was standing there when it happened.
Yeah.
They were like, "We need to change lens," and he went, "Nah."
Well, whatever.
And I was like, "Okay."
He's a cinematographer, I guess. Fuck it.
Anyway,
On that note,
On that note, thanks for listening to us rant about projects
And a dead president.
and a dead president.
Ex-president.
Dead ex-president.
Lame duck.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit with my cat and play Civilization Revolution. Anyway.
Hopefully we'll be making dinner.
Oh right, dinner.
Yeah, you guys want to get dinner after this?
You want to get dinner?
Want to get dinner? I'm so fucking hungry. I
We
haven't
could
eaten
do ramen.
anything today.
We can get dinner.
Would you do ramen? The place in town.
Who, me? I won't eat ramen there because it's not ramen, but sure.
Anyway, thanks for watching and listening to Kieran's elitism. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, follow. Don't forget to check out Anthony at Super Milkshake on YouTube, Cat at Cat the Moonstar on Twitch, and we will see you guys next week for Anime Club of ReZero. You have the 1 week. And hey, by the way, I didn't make the joke. This is episode 69. Nice. Bye.
Didn't even know it was episode 69.